Hello, this is a dazzling one, and this week's discussion is on the 23 enigma. The number 23 seems to pop up everywhere, whether you're talking conspiracy theories or doomsday predictions, such as all of the commotion about September 23rd of 2015. Interestingly enough, I still hear predictions being made about September 23rd. William S. Burroughs is credited with being the first to believe in the 23 enigma. In Wilson's article, 14 Times, he related the following anecdote by Burroughs, author of Naked Lunch, Nova Express. He had known a certain Captain Clark around 1960 in Tangier, who once bragged that he had been sailing 23 years without an accident. That very day, Clark's ship had an accident that killed him and everybody else aboard. Furthermore, while Burroughs was thinking about this crude example of the irony of the gods that evening, a bulletin on the radio announced the crash of an airliner in Florida, USA. The pilot was another Captain Clark, and the flight was Flight 23. The number 23 is linked to the Principia Discordia, which claims that all things happen in fives, or are divisible by, or are multiples of 5, or are somehow, directly or indirectly, appropriate to 5, also known as the law of fives. The 23 enigma is regarded as a corollary of the law of fives because 2 plus 3 equals 5. 23 is considered lucky, unlucky, sinister, strange, sacred to the goddess Eris, or sacred to the unholy gods of the Cthulhu mythos. Eris is considered the goddess of chaos, strife, and discord. Some critics of the 23 enigma will say that this is nothing more than a case of apophenia, selection bias, and confirmation bias, which means that when you seek out something like the number 23, you'll begin to find patterns of it everywhere. It's not a supernatural occurrence or anything out of the ordinary. It's just your mind finding patterns because you've become aware of that pattern. But still, some of these interesting facts regarding the number 23, I don't find them to be mere coincidences. 23 is one of the most cited prime numbers. 23 is the lowest prime number that consists of consecutive digits. Primes have been described as the atoms of mathematics, the building blocks of the world of numbers. The number has been the subject of not one but 2 films, the 1998 German movie 23 and the number 23 starring Jim Carrey. Each has a main character obsessed with the number. Charles Darwin's Origin of Species was published in 1859. 1 plus 8 plus 5 plus 9 equals 23. 2 divided by 3 makes 0.666 recurring. Actually it makes 0.66666 repeating. The Hiroshima bomb was dropped at 8:15 a.m. 8 plus 15 equals 23. The terrorist attacks on America on September 11, 2001 have been held up as one of the most potentest examples of the disturbing power of 23. The figures in the date 9 plus 11 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 add up to 23. It takes 23 seconds for blood to circulate throughout the entire body. In humans, the 23rd chromosome determines gender. Each parent contributes 23 chromosomes to the start of human life. The nuclei of cells in the human body have 46 chromosomes made up of 23 pairs. Egg and sperm cells in the human have 23 chromosomes, which fuse and divide to create an embryo. The most detailed account of the assassination of Julius Caesar, written by Nicholas of Damascus, claims numerous enemies stabbed the Roman emperor 23 times. The wounds ranged from superficial to mortal. The first Morse code transmission, "What hath God wrought?" was from the Bible passage Numbers 23:23. In telegrapher's code, 23 means break the line. The birthday paradox states that a group of 23 randomly selected people is the smallest number where there will be a probability higher than 50% that 2 people will share the same birthday. W is the 23rd letter of the Latin alphabet. It has 2 points down and 3 points up, and is often used by white supremacists to represent W as a mark of racial superiority. 23 skittle is an American catchphrase from the early 20th century, meaning to make a sharp exit. It was used as the title of a poem by occultist Aleister Crowley, another 23 aficionado, but some believe its origins lie in Charles Dickens's Tale of Two Cities, where the old woman counting the daily victims of the guillotine calls 23 as the hero is beheaded in the last chapter. Aleister Crowley credited himself with inventing William Churchill's V for victory hand sign. He said he created it as a mystic symbol to counter the Nazis' usage of the swastika. The V sign is made up by a hand keeping 2 fingers up with 3 digits down. The average human physical biorhythm is 23 days. WrestleMania 23 featured Donald Trump versus Mr. McMahon, and Donald Trump would later become the 45th U.S. president. And in the movie Jeepers Creepers, the creature fed on humans for 23 days on the 23rd spring. So what do you make of all of this? Is there some type of numeric significance to the number 23? Is this mere coincidence? Do you believe that they set up certain events, false flags, psyops, based on these superstitious numeric patterns? I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you have a wonderful week. Take care and God bless.